We're on, folks.
Hey, I'm getting everything together here.
I know.
A little late to the game.
This is DEFCON 1. Is it not for
well,
the weather guys?
For parts of the area.
For parts of the area.
Yeah, I think
certainly in
that's
that department, I know.
Oh, if you're west of Rochester, this is where the fun starts to kick in. I think it's later tonight into the day tomorrow. I want to start off with this because we've got advisories and headlines. People's phones are probably getting pinged through most of the day here. We'll start off lower and then kind of build this up. So if you're watching us from Monroe, Livingston, Ontario, Wayne counties, this includes folks in Rochester, winter weather advisory is set to kick in at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. That will run through 4 p.m. on Friday. I will acknowledge through parts of these areas, John, it may not stop at 4 p.m. on Friday. We get into the lake effect side of this kind of from there, and we'll see where that ends up going. So this is lowest on the totem pole. One step up from there is the winter storm warning. That's for those of you in Orleans and Genesee counties. That's from 10 o'clock tonight to 1 p.m. on Thursday. We expect half a foot or more of snow for them. So we're increasing the severity of this. The big kahuna now is the blizzard warning, and that's Wyoming County. So it's just one county in the viewing area that's got this, but 6 to 12 inches of snow, zero visibility at times. This is where the biggest deal out of this is going to end up being. And there's a lot that we're going to have to watch here with that west to east gradient with regard to how much snow we're going to end up getting. We're going to toss this now. Literally, I'm going to toss this. There you go. James Gilbert's going to take a walk over to the green screen here. James, you're taking a live look at what radar is shaping up now. What are we looking at, and is this rain or is it snow?
We've got rain right now. Eric, John, thanks for the toss. Light to moderate rain showers across much of Monroe County, and visibility has been less than about 5 miles all day long, indicating we've just kind of had this gray fog. A light east wind has kept a lot of low-level moisture around. A little bit of a closer view shows, as I mentioned, light rain around Rochester. That's almost just a little bit of a drizzle. Looks like along 5 and 20, some heavier rain starting to work its way in. Wayne County, Palmyra, Macedon into the Lyons area, Route 31, Route 20, all dealing with moderate rain showers there. Along I-90, dealing with rain. No issues. We've got temperatures that are solidly in the 30s, some spots in the lower 40s, so we're not concerned of any icy roads whatsoever. You get into some of the areas, higher elevations, that are expecting a lot of snow in the forecast eventually, just not right now. Radar satellite wider image shows the rain-snow line is in southern Ontario, but it's going to stay there for hours and hours. We've got bouts of rain to deal with. Low pressure in probably West Virginia, I would say, and it's going to move pretty much northward. That's going to keep the rain-snow line off to our west and keep the snow away through, gosh, probably closer to midnight tonight. And then we will start to see that change over, and that's when I'm going to change it over to our chief meteorologist, Eric Sneidel, and of course our chief photographer.
Do we get the clicker back with this too?
I wouldn't say chief photographer, maybe digital guy.
There we
go.
Say
chief or chief?
We got 2 of those already.
All right, so let's talk futurecast with this. Thank you, by the way, James. Heavier rain starts to pick up tonight. You saw a lot of what James was showing right now is mainly lighter rain. This is a sign the area of low pressure, John, is strengthening. It is intensifying. You get into these yellow bands, it will rain hard through most of the night. This is so fascinating to me. I don't know how well you can pick this up watching us on your computer screen, but we've got the wind barbs that are plotted here, and you see right there how it just spirals like water going down a drain. That is quite literally the center of where this low pressure is going to be, and we think that is going to be parked right over Rochester by about 2 a.m. I think a lot of people would look at that and kind of associate, all right, so if we're right under the low, Rochester is going to be getting the worst of the weather, right? That'd be a natural assumption. That's not how these work. The worst weather with snow is going to be to the left, to the west of where that low is, because we got to get the cold air in there. Right underneath the low, we're still relatively mild. It's 35 and raining in Rochester at about 2:30, but all of this is snow and probably some heavy snow, accumulating snow by that point. Early tomorrow morning, that snow is falling through most all of the area, but it's got that Swiss cheese look to it by this stage.
Yeah.
It's breaking up to some extent, which is in no small part why we think in Rochester, this is not our storm. This is not Rochester's blizzard.
Right.
We're going to be close to it, but we're not quite there. The game becomes intriguing again later Thursday night. Look at this. That's a lake band
Yeah,
that
that's
is set
impressive.
up north of Rochester. That's 9:30. And the model kind of wants to keep it there through most of Thursday night and Friday. That ends up happening, John. You know, we're going to get some spots along the lakeshore. You know, this is a slam dunk, getting into parts of the Tug Hill and maybe toward Oswego, too. They're going to get feet of snow out of this. But this is intriguing. If we can get one of these bands that tries to just hug the shoreline,
Yeah, this is interesting.
you're going to get some decent snowfall, and maybe that's where a lot of folks in and around Rochester, especially north and east, that's where most of their snow comes from out of this. It's not the low necessarily. It's the lake effect in the wake of the low. Let's talk commute issues. Tomorrow morning is not going to be fun. Obviously, if you are west where you've got the blizzard warnings, you probably don't even want to be traveling into Wyoming County. That's why the blizzard warning is there.
Let me stop you there for a minute, because the blizzard warning doesn't happen every day.
No.
So when they issue one of those, you know, specifically Wyoming County, you really got to pay attention to that.
And admittedly, there is nothing higher or more significant from a winter weather headline than a blizzard warning. I mean, that is top of the mountain on what you can possibly get. And you are right, it is a big deal. When you see something like that, that is your sign that you don't want to be going anywhere.
Right.
Could schools be out in that part of the country? Yeah, I think so. It's not going to happen in Rochester, but well west, we are still, though, in town, going to have some issues tomorrow. The accumulating part of this is probably not that big of a deal with temperatures being what they are, but understand, tomorrow morning it's going to be snowing hard at times. It will be windy, even in Rochester. Messy morning travel. I could see some improvement by the afternoon, but then you get the lake effect to start kicking back in. Later Thursday night through Friday through Saturday too. And now you start talking hit and miss heavy snow bands. You know, remember those snow squall warnings that they issue? I could see those.
That's a very interesting. Now, this graphic's amazing, really. The haves and the have-nots.
No kidding. So on the have-not side, on John's side here, everybody in white, 0 to 2.
It's amazing.
You know, it's possible in Rochester that you're at 0. I mean, it'll snow, understand, but it won't stick very much. Just west, you're talking Albion, Batavia. The city of Wyoming's an interesting spot, and in Wyoming County in particular, you could argue on the northeast tip, you're in 1 to 3. On the southwest tip, you're looking at more than a foot of snow. So even there, even the blizzard warning element of Wyoming County, I think there is still a gradient within there. It's a lot worse the western side of that county versus the eastern side. But understand, folks, this is only through Thursday afternoon. This is primarily the synoptic part of this, the system snow, because of that low. Lake effect is phase 2. From Thursday afternoon all the way through the first half of the weekend. We're going to have to show another completely different snow map. It's not going to look like this, but I could see some targets here along the 104 corridor especially, where you end up getting shovelable, if not even plowable snow between Thursday afternoon all the way to Saturday. And for a lot of those folks here, because, you know, tomorrow's not that big of a deal here, that's going to be their main event.
So many people from here in this area go up to Tug Hill to snowmobile. This is going to be your weekend.
This is their, they haven't had this.
No, they have not.
Yet.
And I've been up in that way quite a bit, and they haven't. They have been scratching for this for a long time.
And James is over there. James, do you remember seeing, what are some of the fresh totals here? I've seen some models that are suggesting 3 to 4 feet of snow in the Tug Hill.
I think 3 to 4 feet is probably appropriate. It's crazy. A prolific band, especially for the timing in late February and early March. I think you can fit 3 guys in one camera.
Absolutely. It's a big star here, man.
By this time, you usually see some ice coverage on Ontario.
It's not there.
Not there. It's still very mild. It's still very warm. And it's a west wind that lasts for a very long time. The blizzard warning in Wyoming County is like a 40-hour warning. It lasts for almost a day and a half.
Which truthfully is not unprecedented issuing blizzard warnings. As rare as that is, it is even rarer to see them for that duration. To be able to see sustained wind speeds to support a blizzard warning for that long, that does not happen often.
Yeah, so 3 to 4 feet, I think, is a good forecast for northern Oswego County.
Are we ever going to see you again, by the way?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think I'm going to venture up that way probably Friday and Saturday with the drone. Carefully. You know, I may go 90 to 81 in Syracuse where it's fine, and then shoot up and realize when I get north of Adams, I'm going to have my hands full, probably. Pulaski in there.
Yeah, for sure. They'll be ready. Just about everybody that has a truck has a plow on the front of it.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they'll be able to handle it, and I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to this.
Oh, yeah. There is no
event.
question the snowmobilers out there have been waiting in big numbers for this.
Yeah, right. State parks, just about everywhere, will have some rumblings of engines, I think, in the next few days.
A fun weekend for everybody, but I think as a general rule of thumb here, as much as we're divvying up these snowfall amounts, tomorrow morning, by tomorrow morning, we are going to have snow in some way, shape, or form across most of the viewing area all the way through at least Saturday.
Yeah, for sure.
No more rain involvement after tomorrow morning. The rain is mainly a tonight affair. Long way to go before winter is done, gentlemen.
Yeah, and that band, we'll see when it migrates southward. It looked like Friday night, I think, could be
more of a favorable,
good time zone when we start to see it into Wayne County, and it could be a situation where the band is just simply too low for radar to see it. We might not see it. I think there could be some rumbles of thunder with this band.
I think there could be some sneaky snowfall totals if you live along the lakeshore, especially Friday into Saturday. Some of these might sneak up on us a bit.
We'll be watching closely. I know you guys will have it covered.
I know you will be.
Oh, yeah. It's
all right, so next time we see you in about 12 minutes, that'll be the news at 5. We'll update things with snowfall and what radar looks like, too. Got a Facebook Live tonight about 9:30. We'll be seeing all of you then.
Take care.